Hello and welcome back. I am so excited that you're here and we're going to be talking about all about real estate marketing with my special guest, Enrique Urdaneta, who has been a realtor since 2014, but has actually his family has been in real estate in more than 100 years. So what makes Enrique so different from anybody else. Plus, that he's a marketer, has always been a marketer. He's an entrepreneur. He has many businesses. He's a photographer. He has all this knowledge and all this value, and he understands perfectly how you can market your real estate. But not only that, he is actually a realtor that actually provides investment for international people. So if you live outside of the US and you want to invest property in Florida, for example, that is where actually Enrique is based, then he is your person. He will actually give you all the information and all the tools how to actually invest in a new property in Florida. So, with further ado, my dearest and childhood friend, Enrique Urdaneta. Well, hello, Enrique. I can't believe you're here. I am so happy to welcome you to this humble podcast episode all about marketing and real estate. Yay!
Hi, Vero. How are you?
I am fine, my dear, my dear. I am so happy. So, this has been a dream come true in a way because we've been talking about marketing, you and I, for ages, for years.
That's right.
And for not many people that know you or me, we've been friends since ooh, childhood, I would say.
I won't say the numbers.
Me neither. Me neither. Yeah. But you, for those of you that don't know, he is a wonderful photographer as well as a real estate agent, and so many other things because he's a true entrepreneur. But today, I want to speak to you and talk about what you've been doing in regards to your real estate, right? So I'm just gonna come off the bat and just ask you the first question, which is what are the strategies that you use to market your business effectively today when it comes to real estate?
First, thank you very much for the invitation. I'm super glad to see you and share whatever we know and everybody have the opportunity to learn a little bit from the expertise that we have. And so, first thing is that I changed my brokerage. I changed where I have my license hanged, and it's been a discovery. It's I just joined a team of Spanish-speaking real estate agents, and it's the largest team in the world, in the largest real estate brokerage in the world. This company born just 12 years ago and is already the largest brokerage in the world. So,
Oh,
and
wow.
it is because exactly the strategies that they use for the marketing and the team that I joined is it's led by two coaches, one that is expert in actually marketing and the other in real estate, and
Okay.
both are very knowledgeable about both things, and we get training from them every single day. So we
Wow.
have at 8 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, that's unbelievable. No other company does that. So what I have been learning on top of what I already knew about marketing is
Mhm.
that I didn't know anything. So um,
I
I
love that.
I'm learning a lot. I just came out of a 3 day retreat with
Hmm.
them, and where we got super incredible speakers, and we learn a lot from them. So things that the very first thing that you have to work on is your brand identity. is what you have to match your brand all across with your website, your um, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, everywhere. You have to use the same brand identity all over.
All across the board. Yeah.
So all across the board. So that's super important. Is one of the most effective things that you have to do to attract new clients and to retain them. It's to have that brand identity very well defined, that uh, kind of transmit your identity, your everything that you are, and your values.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Is it about, when we're talking about branding, is it about the logo and the look, or is it the so that it's recognizable that it is your content all across?
It's both.
Hmm.
It's once a person sees any kind of piece of uh, advertisement or post or information or tip or whatever you share anywhere in Instagram, in Facebook, they immediately recognize it's you.
Okay.
So you can't be all over using different colors every day, or different fonts, or different
Right.
color palette in your photos. In No, you have to kind of be the same all over, so they recognize. Once they see a post, they immediately know it's you. And if
Hmm.
the content that you're sharing is valuable for them, they're going to stop to read what you're sharing. If
Of
not, they're
course.
just continue scrolling.
Yes,
So that's very
exactly.
important, that they recognize that you're you.
Yeah.
So the other thing very important, and it's also in line with that, is to build a website, a professional website, not your nephew or your aunt that is a designer. Well, probably your aunt or your nephew is a very professional designer, and
Exactly.
that's good.
Exactly.
Actually, I'm using for because I'm changing all my everything that I'm changing all my brand right now.
Hmm.
It's not ready. I'm working on it, and
It takes
actually,
time.
my brother it's doing it because he's a professional. His clients are Ford, Nikon, top beverage brands. So he's a true professional. He's not an amateur.
Exactly.
So he's helping me doing that, and he's in Germany. He's German, and so I really love the brand strategies and designs that are used in Europe. Even though I'm in United States, I really love the designs from Europe. So, but very important in your website, very real estate is focus is that you have to it has to be user friendly. It has to be visually appealing, and all the technology that goes behind this company that I just joined is that they're growing so fast because they are technologically advanced. They are doing things that all no other companies are doing, and this company's strategy is to be everything virtual. Everything is online. Actually, we have a metaverse that you can go in and you can ask anything at any time, any day, 365 days, 24 hours a day. You can ask everything. If you have any kind of question, any doubt, anything, you just go in, you go into the metaverse, and you have your little person there, and you go to the office that you need to go and ask a person. It's inside there, and you ask anything, and they'll answer it right away. So it's super fast. You don't have to wait until you try to get a hold of a person.
It's
There
true.
is always someone there in any kind of it's if it's a title or it's a contract or anything that you need. They will be there for you. So that's like the mother brokerage. Then there are teams behind it, below it, and so that's the team that I'm talking about, the Spanish speaking, because the
Okay.
brokerage is all over.
It's
It's
huge.
we're
Yeah.
thousands of agents, and
Right.
just the Spanish speaking, we're around 5,000 agents all over the world, and it's unbelievable because I already told them I'm not I don't get tired of talking good about them. So also one thing that the website needs to have, it's you have to be search engine optimized. You have for real estate. If someone in your area is looking for a real estate agent, you need to be in the top results, and that's how. Um, that's why I focus on writing articles, and so
Mhm.
far I have probably 60 blog articles and growing every week. I try to write one. One other thing that separates that I'm doing is I'm writing an article a week for a newspaper.
All
So
right.
that
A local paper.
a local paper,
Okay.
yes,
In
in
Florida.
Miami.
Okay. Hmm.
So one thing that helps you in your marketing strategy is that um, helps you be the expert in real estate. So in time, people will look at my name and will most certainly know that I am the expert in the area, and they will look for me. So that's one other thing that I use for my marketing.
Hmm.
Well, I already said about the social media. Social media is huge. Is powerful tool. You use, well, for example, I use Facebook to generate my leads, and so
Yep.
it's one of the biggest tools. I mean, there are new ones that I'm gonna try. I'm gonna not try. I'm going to build also in YouTube. That's part of my strategy that I'm going to
I
start
saw your
doing.
YouTube channel yesterday.
Yes, it's just starting out,
I know. Yeah.
and
But I was
I'm
happy
learning.
about it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm very happy because I'm not I'm not I'm not a shy person, but
Hmm.
I'm not, I don't, I love to be behind the camera, but I don't love to be in front of the camera. And
Yeah.
it's not a shy thing. It's just, uh, I'm not very
That's just the way
comfortable
you
with it,
are.
but I
Yeah.
have to learn to be.
Hmm.
So that's one of the things that I'm working on, the YouTube channel. I'm gonna start interviewing, and that's how I leverage with the social media. I'm gonna start interviewing as you're doing right now. I'm going
Okay.
to start interviewing people that helps us do our work better. For example, lenders, title companies, um, stagers. So there are many people that they help us do our work better, and they don't compete with us. They just complement what we do, and
Exactly.
that's one of the things that we need to work on. So that's the other thing that I do is to go to networking events.
Hmm.
That's where you share with other professionals, and that's how you can connect with potential connectors. So for example, I go to real estate, not real estate agent focus events, but real estate events where people that wants to invest in commercial properties or residential properties for for investing. So I go to those events to meet people, and they're investors. They're not real estate agents, and or probably they're lawyers, or they're probably general contractors
Doctors,
or
anything.
whatever,
Of course. Yes, exactly.
and they'll help me connect with clients, or they are clients, they are potential
Hmm.
clients.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that's something that I do. The other thing that's really super important is the marketing, the email carpeting. I have a drip campaign that I have 2 emails a week of information, all information, no offer, no nothing. It's just valuable content
Hmm.
that I try to share my knowledge and my coach's knowledge. I try to share that information with my clients and my database, and that's how I'm in top of their head every week, and every probably 15 days, or I don't have a certain amount of days that I share an offer. It's just whenever a good offer, because I receive offers every day, but I'm not sharing all those offers every day because I'm going to lose the confidence of my and the trust of my clients. I'm only sharing the opportunities that I think are amazing and that you truly are going to take
Yeah.
advantage of those investments. And people that are behind those investments, for example, I'm now promoting a private capital fund
Can
that.
I say something before you say that?
Sure.
What I love about what you're saying right now is that you are actually taking everything that you know about marketing and you are applying this to this new project that you're doing. But not only that, you are understanding that you cannot be selling all the time, that you understand that
That's
you need to
correct.
hold back and only put out what you find that could be valuable to your reader, to your potential client. So you're not being salesy because a lot of people, think of like real estate agents and things like that, like, oh, they're all the time selling, And I love what you're saying right now. You hold back on that information and you only give it when you find that it's valuable to them, not to you personally, but it's actually important to them, and you are
Exactly.
keeping them in the loop in how you are seeing the real estate market or how you are seeing the investments, right? So you are giving them that information. So if you are listening right now and you are a real estate agent, I want you to really think about this. Don't be selling, selling, selling. Try and hold back. Try and decide on a brain dump of ideas of like, how can I
Mhm.
provide us value that is free? And then maybe along the line, like 5, 6 times later, you can actually make an offer about something that you do consider that is valuable to them. I love that you said also about the website and all of this. Well, for those of you that do know or you don't know, I used to actually manage more than 200 websites at a point in my life. So
Wow.
when you talk about website, my skin goes like, yay, I love it.
Yeah, that's
Because
true.
that I used to do that all the time. And so I wanted to ask you in regards to the website, do you, when you are creating these websites, what is the, like, what would make your website differentiate from the other agents within that brokerage that you are?
Okay, so that's something that I am working right now because the brokerage gives you. Let me go back. I usually build my websites. That's something that I love to do. I enjoy doing it. One of the advice of the coaching is that you don't do that, but I love it. I just love to do it. And but in this case, I took the advice. I didn't do it myself for the real estate. I did the previous one, and I thought, or I think it was really good, but technologically, talking about speaking about the user friendly for my client. The one that I have is probably not the most beautiful, visual appealing website, but
Hmm.
it's very user friendly, and it goes direct to what you need, and so what I'm working on is try to get the best of the technology from their what they're offering, and try not I will, um, use my knowledge in, in visuals, and get a much better website. So that's one of my projects this year, and I'll probably have it done before the next before summer probably. And so that's something that I'm working. I don't differentiate this moment, but I will. I love. There's one thing I'm going to share. One of the things that I'm going to do. Usually, real estate websites have only pictures of houses, empty houses. And what I start with the principle of whenever you go to a restaurant and you have two restaurants, which restaurant do you go to? The one that is empty or the one that is full? So you go to the one that is full, right? So that's one of the things I'm going to do, incorporate in my visuals in my website. The videos, I'm going to use mostly videos more than pictures, especially in the homepage. I'm going to use a video with people inside the house sharing and kind of, real life
You're
scenarios,
humanizing
showing
the real
how
estate piece.
people living in the house.
Exactly.
So that's one of the things that probably is going to differentiate me from other websites. I'm working on that. I'm sharing that beforehand, but this is what it is, right? We're
Right.
trying to share and that's what we learned from this company. Everybody shares everything that they know, and this is a big difference with other companies. When other brokers, people won't share any success with their peers because they will think that they will steal. No, there is a lot of clients. There's, even though there are in Florida, there are 218,000 real estate agents, but 90% of them are just, people that are not professionally doing the trade.
Yeah.
So actually, even though you have a lot of competition, the ones that are really doing it, they're not so many. So why won't we share with my friends, my peers, the information? So I don't,
Exactly.
you can do it. I mean,
Exactly.
that's really important. And
Exactly.
one more thing that I want to for this question is probably because whatever you heard, it's probably in all the books, and everybody kind of know what we're sharing right now. We're just probably uh, telling them again all those tips. But one thing that I learned recently, and there is a say, I can't remember the name of the people that said it, but disciplined beats intelligence every day. So what that means that you have to practice. You have to practice, practice, practice every day. And we do that with this team. We practice every day. We practice our presentation, our listing presentation, our webinars, everything that we do, everything, even the sales conversations that we have with our clients, the leads that we get from the Facebook ads, we have to call them. It's not a cold
Exactly.
call because they demonstrate interest
An
in
interest.
in your whatever your post was,
Mm-hmm.
and we call them. But before we call them, we call a colleague, and we practice and we practice and we practice. And once we feel that we already warm up, then we call the clients, because there is nothing more dangerous than practicing with your clients.
Mm-hmm. I love that. I love that. Love that.
That's really important.
Okay, so I want to ask you, now that you said that about clients, like what would you say would be like the common mistakes made by sellers when it comes to marketing their property?
Okay. Well, for me, there are four main mistakes that they do.
Okay.
One of them is that they don't prepare their homes for sale. They
Mhm.
don't put it, visually appealing. They don't organize. They don't declutter. They don't paint. They don't, that get their home ready. So that's one of the things that's very important. And
Because
the
that could
second,
also decrease the value of the home at the
yeah,
end, right?
I
Yeah.
mean, yes, because it's cluttered. The landscape is not taken care of, and
Mhm.
probably the trees are falling the you know and many things that they it's disorganized. You get into the wardrobe, it's and everything is disorganized. That's
Mhm.
probably is your day-to-day life, but when you're showing the house, it doesn't look right, it doesn't look good, and even it loses value. So it's really important that you organize. And then that brings me to the second, which is to use a professional stager. Many people will think that they can do it, and let me tell you, uh, if you're not a professional stager, you won't be able to do it correctly, because these
Exactly.
people know what people like, and it's probably not what you like. So if professional stagers know how to put the things in place and declutter things. So that's probably the second, and it's really important. The third thing that comes to my mind, of course, I'm a photographer. Poor photography. If you use poor photography, um, that's the first thing that the client will see online.
Mhm.
Whenever you show a listing, this is different than 10 years ago. So right now, whenever you're showing a property, what's the first thing that you show? You make a presentation, and in that presentation, it's probably via Zoom. You will show them the images of the property. Imagine if I've seen so terrible things. I've seen, for example, the most important picture is the first one. The one that you use in the listing presentation, the one that is in the homepage of the first image of the property. So I've seen, for example, a picture of the bathroom that is disorganized as the
Yeah.
main picture.
Yeah.
That's unconceivable. So you have to use, even though you think you're a good photographer, hire. I am a professional photographer, and I hire a real estate professional photographer,
Exactly. Yeah.
because they know things I don't know. And I tried it, but at the end, I prefer to hire a professional videographer, a professional photography. So that's the same in the photography. It's very important to use video. It's people will kind of a walkthrough is better than a regular video. A walkthrough, it's because they understand the layout of the
The
of the
layout of the
property.
house, of course.
Yeah,
But everything comes through the eyes. So
yeah,
whatever it is, video or a good image, it's definitely gonna be what people first see. So yeah,
exactly,
it has to be good quality.
exactly.
Or even like brochures, because some people do brochures and postcards and things like that.
Flyers, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
That's very important. Here, where the mail works really good, one of the resources that we use is send flyers to the neighbors, because they
Mhm.
probably have a family member that wants to. I'm talking as a listing agent. If you want to promote the listing that you have, one of the strategies that I use is to prepare a flyer and send it to every neighbor, because
Mhm.
they probably have a friend, or a parent, or
Yeah.
any family that wants to live in their same neighborhood.
Building.
So
Yeah,
we send
exactly.
those flyers to them, to every neighbor of that property.
Mhm.
So that's huge. I forgot to tell you that in the marketing
It's
strategies.
okay. It's okay. It's not
So
a perfect order.
yeah, and
It's not a
fourth,
perfect world. Actually, for those of you listening, go back to last week's, when you listen to this, last week's episode. It's all about what I would do if I was a real estate agent, which is so funny that we're talking about this because I did a pre frame podcast episode before doing this one. Like, what would I do? What would be my strategy if I was into real estate?
Okay, very interesting.
Yeah.
I'll read it. So, and the fourth is take advantage of the real estate agent resources. We have a lot of resources. Um, we have the opportunity to publish not only in the MLS. We have the opportunity to market the property in so many other ways that there are uh, people trying to sell their homes by their own. And let me tell you, you're leaving money on the table. Even though you have to pay us a commission, you will probably lose more than that because
What do you mean by MLS? I'm sorry.
MLS is a
Uh-huh.
multiple listing system. Is
Okay.
where you market here in the US. I don't think
Hmm.
in Europe there is such a system, but
Each country is different. Yeah.
or
No.
they have probably different names.
Hmm.
Here in the United States, they have it's like a marketplace or something sort of that we share the listings, and any person can have access to that. And but you have the access to view it, but if you're not a real estate agent, you don't have access to publish it.
Well, that's the difference actually about what I see here in Europe. um, you guys have a proper real estate, like you become a realtor. You have to study to become a realtor because you have to know all the laws and everything to become a realtor, and you get a license for that. In
Yes.
Europe, at least so far that I know, that I've lived in France and in Spain, anybody can be a realtor.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you don't need actually a license to sell any kind of property.
Yes, here is very different. You have
Hmm.
to go through a
It's
course,
cutthroat
and you
over
have
there.
to take a state, a
Hmm.
government test. Um, and even though the test is it's kind of you have to study. You have to,
Hmm.
but after you pass the test, you're not ready. You have to go through a lot of training and things that you have to learn that they don't teach you in the real estate, because they just teach you the legal part, the ethic, the some part of the technical part, but not much. So you have to, after you pass the test, you have to take many other trainings with your brokerage in how to really um, fill out the contracts, understand the contracts,
Yeah,
understand what to not to go and make mistakes, because you can get so many fines here. You're responsible. And saying that is
completely.
very it's very important that I share this, because
Hmm.
if you do it yourself, not only you will leave money in the table, but you also can get in trouble. You can, the title
And a lot of
company,
people think
you,
they
you
want
have to
to
know a lot of
cut
things.
corners. Yeah,
Yeah,
some people want to cut corners and get there faster, when actually what you should try and do is actually find somebody, a realtor or a brokerage, to actually learn how to do that. I mean, I don't know exactly in Florida, but I've done deals or sold property in New York, and it's really complicated. It's
it
very
is.
complicated. It is.
Well, New York
Yeah.
is also complicated.
Yeah,
Also,
yeah.
every state is different. In the United States, every state is
I think
different, and
so.
New York is complicated, and there are some states that are more complicated than others. And but yeah, it's very important. You could use a lawyer to sell your property, but then
Mhm.
you're just using part of it, because he will help you with the legal stuff, but he won't help you to market the property. So you will leave money at
Exactly.
the table. We do all the things. We market the property all across all the platforms that we have. and we also help you with the legal stuff. And then we can use a lawyer, and we can use some tools that we have, and so you end up in the hands of a lawyer, a real estate attorney that really helps you and really knows what they're doing. So we have that tools, we have that
Yeah,
resource list of title companies and lawyers and
of
accountants.
course.
If you're That's one other thing. If you're an immigrant, if you're foreign investors, you have other things that you have to take care of. For example, the FIRPTA. FIRPTA is it's something that you have. It's a retention that the IRS, the tax organism here, that will retain a certain percentage of the sale if you sell the property, and they will retain that amount. And if you don't do it properly, and a good CPA helps you with that, you will leave money in the table. So
Of
that's a lot
course.
of
A lot of
things that you
moving
have to take
pieces.
care.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I think that you're so right. It's much better to hire a realtor brokerage than to a lawyer. Plus, you don't want to be paying a lawyer and a brokerage because then it's going to break your bank. That's for sure.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah, the brokerage, I think, has everything. They will promote it for you. They will do the pictures for you. They will stage it for you. They will do all the kind of things that a lawyer will not do. They will have to actually go and hire somebody to do this. Plus, there's so many intricacies when it comes to afterwards, like what you just said, like the payment and the taxes, that because is the bread and butter of the brokerage.
yeah,
They
yeah,
deal with this every single day. They
yeah,
know how this works. And I
yeah,
know a lot of people sometimes want to cut corners again, but I suggest that you do not try to do it yourself. Try to find somebody. Yes, you have to pay a commission. It is what it is. When you're in
yeah,
business and you want to even sell your services, it doesn't matter what it is. It's much better to deducted, then you know that you will get the best out of what you are paying them for. And
exactly.
be, I don't know, enjoying a drink or something, and somebody else be dealing with the hassle of running this for you.
Yeah, that's true. And as I said, if you use the resources of an agent, you won't. I mean, that commission that you will pay is less than the money that you will lose if you don't do it,
I
if you
agree.
don't promote it correctly, if you don't use the right photographer, videographer, title
Exactly.
attorney, CPA, etc., etc. So there, actually, for the buyers, we have a lot of also resources that we can help them find loans. For example, for we have banks that are specialized in lending money for foreigners. So that's something that probably if you do it yourself, you won't be
Hmm.
able to help the buyer find the right tools to buy you the property. You know
That's
what I
right.
mean?
Yeah. What I would, I'm going to throw in my own advice
Yeah, of course.
on this. and And for those of you that are listening, maybe thinking, yeah, I want to sell and I don't want to make the mistakes that Enrique just said. Like, I want you to, when you consider selling your property or any product, any kind of property, I think that you need to detach yourself from the property,
Yeah,
meaning
yeah,
you cannot hold feelings to the property. Don't be when they're showing, because then people don't want to say what they're thinking about your home. Don't be attached to the fact of, well, this is my home and I've been living here for 20 something years. But then, of course, if you want to sell it, you have to give in on the experts actually that are promoting your house and bringing people into your home. So you have to be able to do a little bit of mindset work on yourself before you actually sell your home. Be 100% sure
Yeah.
that what you are doing is because for the right reasons. If you need the money, if you want to give it to, I don't know, whatever it is, as long as you are conscious that that is what you want to do, and then let go. You got to let go of that property.
That's a very important point. I show the homes without the owner present, because buyers will say things that the owner won't like, and they will
They don't
block.
have a filter.
Yeah, they yeah, we have a filter. We won't say things that they say to the owner, because then they will say, they will get mad. And so we are a buffer, and we, try to also clarify if there is something that they are saying and it's not correct. The potential buyer will try to correct, and tell them, the benefits of whatever it is. And that's part of the, things that we need to do when we show a property. And certainly I've never shown a home with the owner present. It's that would be a mistake.
Yeah, but not only that, I mean, we shouldn't try not to say, "Oh, I don't want to sell this to these people because of this and this and that." Mm,
Oh,
if they have
you
the
will get in trouble.
if they're willing to pay for it, what do you care? It's not going to be your home. Oh, I don't want them to buy my home and destroy the house and make a new one. I'm like, then these are the kind of things that you have to think when you become a seller.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, and that's a very important part of it. And many people will make mistakes of, doing that, because you have to be open to sell it to anyone that comes. Well, of course, if there is laundry money, you are
Of
entitled
course.
to do that, to stop that. But
That's why you guys do a full vetting process
exactly.
when you're asking for the money of the house, either if it's an escrow and all these sort of things. I know a lot about real estate, but I've watched a lot of TV shows about this.
Mhm. Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Okay, so I want to go to the last question because I think we're running a little bit long, but it's good because yeah, you're my friend and I'm enjoying this subject. I can talk about real estate for a long, long time.
Yeah, that's true. We
I
get passionate
know.
about it.
I know, I do. I do too. So, how would you say that you actually differentiate yourself from other real estate agents? I know we touched a little bit at the beginning, but I
Exactly.
want you to actually, yeah,
Yeah,
finish
so
on that.
this is going to be probably shorter, because we already talked about it. To develop a personal brand, that's huge. That's very important. If you go to my Instagram, you will see that my posts are, you will know which ones are mine, and I'm replicating that in all my platforms. We already said that, so we're not going to invest more time in that. The other thing is that the customer service. I come from the automotive industry and the banking industry. I spent uh, probably 20 years of my life in that, and at that really taught me um, a lot about customer service. And we were the importers of an automotive brand, a motorcycle brand, and construction equipment brand. So, and we dealt with um, the people that directly with the buyers, and also with the agencies that um, sell the cars. And we had to have at top-notch customer service, and so that's something that differentiates me. When I take a client with me, I will take care of them. That's if they were family. So that's, for me, that's huge. That's really important. Also, we talk about the strategic partnership.
Hmm.
I partner with lenders, with mortgage brokers, with CPAs, uh, international CPAs, CPAs that are specialized in international clients, and real estate attorneys. So those are the main. I also partner with a videographer, and I have several, and photographers, because it's we need to, whenever we get the listing, we have to do it right away. And if one is busy, I get the other. So we work on those partnerships every day. Actually, as I said, I went to a real estate retreat this week, and I met with other lenders, and I try to have different, because probably one client won't go through one lender. I'll move to the other, because for
Right.
the philosophy of each lender is different. So probably, but I have several lenders, so I can go through different types of clients. So that's one of the things that I do differentiate from others. Some other agents will just show your property and that's it. No, I help the buyer too. So I try, if any buyer, if even if it comes with another agent.
Right. But you're also, on top of everything that you've just said, you are helping them. You're helping international people actually buy in the state of Florida
Yeah,
property as an
yeah,
investment,
exactly. That's my other point.
which is
So the way that I differentiate is that I specialize in international buyers that wants to make an investment in United States and get a return on their investments. So as I said earlier, I take a lot of time looking for those opportunities, and I only share those that I think, with my banking experience, I think it's a very interesting financial investment. So that's
investment.
one of the things that differentiate me from other people, is my financial background. So I know when
Hmm.
an investment is really good, and it's it has the things that needs to have in order to be a trust, an investment that you can trust. And one of the things that I look for is the experience of the person, of the people behind the investment. For example, the builder or the developer,
Hmm.
they need to have a lot of experience, and they have to deliver. One of the things that you can find is that they don't deliver the construction on time. That's typical. That's less important than deliver it. It's very
Or the
important that
location,
they deliver it.
so that you buy it as an investment, you can do a turnaround on that property and resell it at maybe at a higher price because of the location of the property.
Well, we have not talked about the market here, and that's you touch a point very important. Florida, it's growing very, very fast. I just wrote an article yesterday that is going out today in the newspaper, just about that. The median value of a property here in Florida was $266,000 in 2019, just right before COVID hit.
Hmm.
Right now, it's $405,000.
Wow.
So it's almost double
Double.
in 4 years. So, and I just saw, but I saw it today. I saw a chart with the different growth in every decade from 100 years to now in United States, and it's unbelievable. I'll probably try to share it with you, and you will see what I mean. So Florida, it's the perfect place to invest right now. It's growing, and even though other states of the country are not growing, are actually decreasing in value or
Mhm.
decreasing in volume, and buyers trying to get there. We're Florida. It's growing every day. 1,000 people is moved. 1,000, not only 1,000 people. It's probably more than that because it's a thousand um, uh, driver's license that are uh, doing every day. So it's 1,000 people
Wow.
moving in Florida every day. And
I remember when COVID hit that a lot of people in New York, because I'm more of a New York girl,
yeah,
but a lot of people in New York were leaving
yeah,
to
around
Florida, and they
1,000 a
were
day.
actually knocking on people's doors. Would you sell me your home?
Yeah, yeah. They want to move from a condo to a house where they
Exactly.
can go outside and
And the weather.
breathe and walk and stuff.
Hmm.
And people coming in means what? That they are going to buy houses. So
Yeah,
if you buy a house or a condo for investment, you will have someone to rent it to. So
exactly.
that's very important.
Wow. I
Yeah.
love this conversation. We've given so much value and so much information. Even if you're listening and you're in Europe and you think you want to invest in the US, Enrique,
Thank you very much, Vero. I love you. So one thing that it's if you're a real estate agent anywhere in the world and you're listening to this and you speak Spanish, please call me. You need to join this team. This team is by far the best in the world, and they will teach you, they will train you, they will give you all the resources to nourish and to be successful in real estate. So no matter what where you are. I just met actually a Spanish person that came to the retreat, and he's making uh, in commissions 200 and something thousand euros every 3 months, not a year.
wow.
Everything 3 months. That's part of the team, and we have members of the team that are producing large amounts of money, and they are following the techniques that these coaches are teaching us. So, it's if you're interested, give me a call. It's not. I
And
just
now
will
you
teach.
know.
I just will show you. I
Yeah.
will send you. I'll probably invite you to any of our events. They're online. They're present live. So it's just it's
Reach
you
out
have to do
then.
it.
Okay. You speak
Yeah,
Spanish, you're in the real estate business and you want to get into this new thing that is happening there, then contact Enrique and look at the
exactly.
information in the description. Thank you so much, Enrique. I love you to the moon and back. You know
Thank
that.
you very much,
And
Rare.
it's been a long time coming for this conversation. And for those of you listening, go back to last week's episode, get this one as well, and combine them together, and you're going to have a great marketing strategy for real estate. From me, from
Awesome.
him. Thank you so much. I'll see
Thank
you
you very
same
much, Rare.
time, same place next week. Bye
All right.
bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.